What is going on, everyone? Anthony Drew Gary here, host of the How To Show, where we talk about optimizing life, money, and happiness one how-to at a time. Over this past weekend, there were a ton of college graduations, a whole bunch of people turning those tassels from one side to the other, about to embark on a new chapter of life that probably includes some student loan repayment if you didn't have the means to get it all done ahead of time. And while I was driving on vacation this past week, I feel like I thought something into existence, which really isn't true, but I connected two dots that I hadn't previously connected before. So this week we're going to talk about paying your student loans back, assuming that this video is still relevant in a handful of weeks and that nothing wild comes out of the Biden administration and that there is still an expectation that you have to pay your student loans back. In any event, if you have private student loans, you're going to find this video potentially interesting to you in the sense that there could be an opportunity based on your state's program to get some help paying your student loans back in a way that maybe wasn't intended at the time. And so we're going to break this down by how we can use a 529 account and its benefits to pay off our student loans and get some credit for it on the back end. And so this isn't the first video I've done on the 529 account. I'll link below to the other video that I did about basically washing money through a 529 account to pay your tuition. You can do something similar to pay your student loans off. And thanks to some congressional acts that happened over the last couple of years, we've got some benefits that I want to talk about. And so basically what I did for this is I Googled, can I pay my student loans with a 529 plan? And I got a couple of results, and basically it said, under the Secure Act of 2019, plan holders can use 529 plans to pay for tuition and qualified expenses of apprenticeship programs and other programs, and can withdraw a lifetime maximum of $10,000 to pay down student loan debt. So the first part of that's nothing new. You can use the 529 account to pay for qualified educational expenses. But the second part of that is rock star material. That you can use $10,000 of a 529 account to pay off your student loans. And so let's just use an example. Let's say you've got at least $10,000 in student loan debt, but you don't have a 529 account. You never set one up. No one ever set one up for you. What difference does it make to you? It makes a difference to you depending on where you live, because the 529 accounts have benefits to them at the state level. And for a moment, we're going to talk specifically about Indiana. Some of the other states are probably similar, but I know Indiana like the back of my hand, and it'll help the illustration here. So when you contribute to a 529 account in Indiana, you put the money in, and up to $5,000 contributed, you get a 20% tax credit on your state income taxes. So practically what that means, you put in $5,000 to the 529 plan, you get a $1,000 Indiana tax credit the following year. So what does this practically mean? It means that you can put $5,000 into your account, and realistically it's like only putting in $4,000 because you're getting one for free. How do we use this for any practical purposes? The state of Indiana does not have any restrictions on how long the 529 contributions need to stay in the account before you pull them out. Some states may differ on this. You want to check with your individual state, but in the state of Indiana, there is no timeline that you need to leave it in for. So what you do here is you contribute your $5,000. You don't invest it. You just put it in their basic money market account so it doesn't lose any value. And then the following week, you withdraw it, and you then use that money to pay for your student loans. So you send $5,000 in, you send $5,000 out, you pay $5,000 on your student loans, and the following year, the state of Indiana gives you $1,000 in a tax credit. And so, if you happen to owe in your taxes, you'll owe less by $1,000, but if you don't owe on your taxes, you will really get $1,000 back. And so theoretically, based on the Secure Act of 2019, you can do this with a lifetime maximum of $10,000. So over the course of 2 years, or maybe more if you need to split it up some, you can send $5,000 into your 529, pull $5,000 out, pay $5,000, and get $1,000 back. And so realistically, this is a free $2,000 off your student loan debt. Possible opportunity for you to use this in your life. Hopefully it's beneficial to you. If this was not abundantly clear, leave me a comment down below and I will make sure I answer it. Anybody who's watching this video that lives in the state of Indiana and has 10 grand or more in student loan debt, this is a way to get 2 grand for free. And if you like 2 grand for free, me too. That's going to bring this episode of the show to a close. Hopefully this was valuable to you. And if you know somebody else who could get value from this, share it with them in some capacity. Share the link, share the podcast, share it with your social media. Chances are you know somebody in your circle who has 10 grand in student loan debt. More often than not, I think the statistics would be on my side for that. So share it with them, let them know that it's a video worth watching, and you can let the YouTube world know that it's a video worth watching as well by hitting the like button so that YouTube will push this out all over the world, let people know that the state of Indiana is willing to chomp in for 2 grand worth of your student loan debt. As always, if you've got any future topics for me to cover on the show, leave me a comment down below, and if you want to talk to me about selling your house in the Indianapolis market, I am happy to do that as always. You can get in touch with me at indiedwell.com or in the comments down below. Until next time, this is Anthony Drew Gary, host of The How To Show, signing off. Whoops.